Hello friends! Today we're gonna learn how could we import some data to Salesforce from external sources. And the easiest way to import data is the Import Wizard. Let's go to our application. We created on the first video. It's Salesforce School and we have some custom objects here. For instance, we have the students object, students list view, and we created a bunch of students manually for previous lessons. And let's assume now we have to import a bunch of students from external source. What we need is to prepare some spreadsheet with the data and save it to CSV format. We export this spreadsheet, we click download, we select CSV format, and we save this file locally. Alright, now let's go to Salesforce, our organization. Here's all our students we have for now. We go to Setup, to Developer Mode, and what we're gonna search for is Import Wizard. Fine, we click Launch Wizard, and in this interface we're gonna select object we're gonna import. It's a custom object and it's a student, right? We select it and then we select an action. We want to create new records, add new records, and here's the match by field. The only option is name, which is student number auto-generated identifier. Here it is. We can match by this field. But this is required only when we need to update records. What if we select it now? We don't care about owner, so leave it as it is. And let's drag or select CSV file we stored locally here. We click next. And here we have the screen for mapping the fields we have in Salesforce and the fields we have in CSV. Some fields are automatically mapped already because the names of the columns are similar to the names of the fields in Salesforce. And on the right side, we can see the examples. But if some fields are not mapped automatically, we can click Change and we can select a field here. For example, we want to map first name to email to first name field. Or even to several fields, we're gonna map the same column. We can select it here. But let's do correct mapping. Alright, so we have these examples, looks fine, we click next. 3 map fields we have, it shows. Fine, we start import. And the import result is, yes, we have 30 records processed and no records failed. That's fine. So all the 30 records seems to be imported. Let's go to Salesforce, let's go to Students. And we're going to refresh this list view. Yeah, here we are. We have 30 more students added. Easy enough, right? But now, let's consider some more difficult case. Let's assume we have to update our existing students and add some new ones with the phone field. Let's say we have some external source provided us CSV file with phone numbers for existing students. How we can do this? We need to match somehow these students in spreadsheet by some field to import it. As we remember, Import Wizard only matches field by Salesforce ID or Salesforce name field. These are two standard auto-generated identifiers, and we don't have any of them in our spreadsheet. What can we do? Let's open the Import Wizard and check it. Launch Wizard, as we did before, custom objects, select students, and we select update existing records or add new one and update existing, and match by. We need to match somehow them to know which record update with which values. And only two options, as I told you, name and Salesforce ID. Only auto-generated identifiers are here. what can we do with this spreadsheet where we don't have name or Salesforce ID? So we go to Export. Here's include all data by default, we don't need it. What we need is our student object. Here it is, check it. All data is unchecked automatically and we start in export. And here we have the message that the export is queued and we're going to receive notification, so we need to wait some. Yeah, here it is. Here's our archive with our exported data. We download it locally, of course. We unpacked it locally. And we can see the CSV file, exported file. So let's import it to our spreadsheet. We're gonna go File, Import, Upload, and we're gonna select Insert New Sheet. Fine. Here we are. We have these two sheets. This is our new sheet from Salesforce with these identifiers and with this name field, which is Salesforce number, and the rest fields like last name, first name, and email. We have it here. So, how do we join these two tabs in XLS? We want this column, for example, name or student number, to be added here, matching by email, as email more or less unique. Right. Okay, let's do XLOOKUP formula. XLOOKUP, we select it, and here's the tips about parameters. The key we search is email. The range we search in, we switch to another tab, and we select all the column to search range, and the search result is the column with the name field. It gives us error because it didn't found this exact email. So we're gonna add missing value parameter to replace the values in rows not found for which email is not found, and we just need to copy all this formula to all the rest rows, and here it is. All the Salesforce numbers are copied. Fine. So we have the required format. And now what we need is just to export it. We download, we select CSV, and here we have this CSV locally, which is already accepted by Import Wizard in Salesforce. So let's check again. Here is our existing students list, and let's go to our Import Wizard, to our helper. Alright, we launch it. We select our object. We select option Add New and Update Existing Records and Match by Name. Name is selected by default, and that's the column we added to our CSV to search for existing records. So let's select CSV file we already generated and downloaded from our spreadsheet. We click Next, and we have this mapping screen. And we can see that there are two unmapped fields. One of them we of course need to map to student number, which is identifier we inserted in our spreadsheet. That's okay. But the other one is phone number. But now let's remember that we have not created the phone field yet on student's object. So let's fix this error. Let's return to our Salesforce. Let's go to Settings. We go to Custom Object. We select our student object. Okay. And we create this new phone field. Fields and relationships. New. Let it be a font type. Salesforce have font type as a separate type. Next, name it font. And next, agree default. Save it. And now we have this required font field. We're gonna import the values from this CSV file. So let's return to our mapping. Let's again return to previous screen. Again, we need to choose this CSV file as we want to refresh the fields available for mapping, and let's map it. And we can see it's mapped already automatically because the names are equal. And what we need is to map our identifier with not name, it's student number. We name it student number. Yes, we name it. We map this field, we match by. Okay, map. And here it looks fine. Let's click next. 5 mapped fields. Okay. And yes, our import is done. Let's go to our students list. And what we need to do, we need to select fields to display. We need to add our new font field to the list view. To check it, save. And here it is. Here are some students for which we don't have these fonts in that CSV file because it was created manually before, and for some students the font numbers were updated, and also we have some new students already created with fonts. Cool. Import Wizard is really easy to go and built-in Salesforce native feature you can use right by hands. You can use